Hello, 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 gang. Welcome back to the Oldham days with me, Jayhuahua. And, oh, what a season we're having. It's deadline day. Let's just jump straight in. So, as you can see, we are 7th. We have got Norwich in 3 days. We've got Norwich today, and then we've got deadline day coming in the episode. So, we've got a lot of yellow this episode, it has to be said. Yeah, we're doing fantastic. Let's have a quick look at the schedule. So last time we were here, we played Sunderland, as you saw. We won 4-2 and we beat Preston 2-0. We followed this up against Luton. Yeah, a 4-3 defeat. Luton, top of the table. Oh, the last episode, I called us the Comeback Kings. And if you look at this timings on this, Ty Soji, 26th minute. Ty Soji, 37th minute. We went in at half-time. 2-0 up. And we lost 4-3. I've only gone and jinxed it, haven't I? I went 4-2 down. 21 minutes Luton took to score 4 goals in the second half. I'm not bringing you the highlights. However, against Bristol City, we bounced back with a great 2-0 victory. Leighton Stewart with the first. And then Ryan Cassidy pulled it across and it was knocked in by Alan Davis, our loan signing soon to be permanent. 2-0. And then against Plymouth, it was 3-0. Harrison Burrows started the goal scoring in the 50th minute, and it took until the 89th minute to make it 2-0. Leighton Stewart broke away, and he finished beautifully. And the scoring was rounded off with Leighton Stewart again getting in behind, taking on the goalkeeper, knocking it home. 3-0. Less said about this one, the better. Lost 3-0 to Watford. Back-to-back draws against Swansea. We was annoyed in this game. 1-0 up. They equalised. We came straight back and made it 2-1, and then we let them equalise again. So we finished 2-2 here. A 0-0 against Bristol City. Boring game. But a fabulous 2-0 victory against Coventry. Ryan Cassidy breaking through and scoring. Arguably, is he our longest serving player? Magnus Norman was here when we started, so he's the longest. But I think Cassidy came in League 2, or was it in the conference? Was it in the Vanarama National? I'm not sure. Anyway, Alan Davis made it 2-0, 89th minute. Another goal for Davis. When did Cassidy come to us? He did come when we were in the Vanarama National. So yeah, he's been here since the start of the save game. I think he came in January. And then against Derby, 1-0 down, pulled it back to 1-1, 2-1 down, and then straight away pulled it back to 2-2. Ryan Cassidy with another goal. Ty Soji's popped up with a few as well. Him and Oakley Cannoneer are unhappy they're not playing enough. Oh, honestly, I don't care, to be honest. Against Rochdale, Santos off the bench at half-time with a hat-trick. He's back from injury, and he is... Oh, let me tell you. He feels like a player. I'm hyped. I am hyped about him now. 2.3 to 3.7 million. What a signing for 1.1 million. And then we've just drawn 1-1 against Peterborough, who are in second. And look at this, 93rd minute. We nearly beat them 1-0. Ashley Lloyd with a goal. Speaking of Ashley Lloyd, the segues in this episode, gang. Speaking of Ashley Lloyd, he's now worth between 9 and 12 million. He is wanted by a whole host of clubs. There have been offers aplenty, but every time I try and negotiate for about 20 million, they cancel. And I'm only asking for 7.5 up front. It's like 12.5 over instalments. But he's look at his attribute breakdown. He's improving. He's between 9 and 12 million. He came through the youth academy. Speaking of the youth academy, we have improved our youth facilities, our youth coaching. We've improved everything, basically, with the money that we've been getting in. Training facilities, we've made requests. The board have sometimes said yes, sometimes said no. I've negotiated with the board and said, come on. That's what you got to do. Give the board a bit of that, and they eating out the palm of my hand. And the segues just keep on coming. Talking of the board, A+, and rightly so. Attempts to avoid relegation is the directive this season. And as you've seen, we are 7th. We're in the playoff picture. Strive to make progress on and off the pitch. Well, if you look at the finances, we have got £8.7 million and a debt of, well, that's basically £9 million owed to us. So in reality, we have got an absolute monster amount of money for our level, and our level is salary per annum 70 million for West Ham, Norwich 46 million, 41 million for West Brom. Where are we? Oh yeah, down there at 5.81. I'm in the way. 5.81 Oldham, 1.7 million behind Preston, 1.67. We are spending the least amount on wages. If you look at the season preview, I'm now in the way again. Back to the other side, I'm all over the place today, gang. Still a bottom, still 250 to 1. We're up here in 7th. Going back to the board, A+. Yeah, absolutely right, because we're doing so much better than expected. You'd think, God, I bet the supporters love you, don't they? C+. C+. The plus is arguably even more insulting. I can't believe I'm getting a C. Oh, the youth intake message has gone. We have got a 5-star youth intake. I tried to get a screenshot and I've failed. I had a quick look because I was looking over. But I have got a couple of screenshots. Editor J, pop this one on now. Alan Davis, for some reason, has decided that my tactical approach is now working, even though it's not changed since he came in. He came in, told him where I was going to play him. Central midfield, advanced playmaker on attack in central midfield. And yeah, he decided because we're doing well, he's happy with that. Next, the fans. Unsure about why Alan Davis's loan signing was made permanent. Well, it was made permanent instantaneously. He's now here as a full-time player. Here he is, Alan Davis, about 4.5 to 5.4 million. He's 4 out of 4.5 star. He's no longer a model citizen. He's gone down to light-hearted. He's now inconsistent as well. But hey, can't have it all. If I managed to sell him for around this 5-6 million, I'd be quite happy with that profit. Don't really want to sell him. I think he's going to improve a bit more. I think he's going to come to the Premier League with us. I'm going to say it here now. He's on 10k a week. I'm not happy at how much he's earning, considering that we are only spending £140,000 on wages overall. But that is it. In terms of transfers, we have brought someone in. Alex Lowry from Norwich. So he's going to play against his former club today. I brought this guy in as a central midfield attack sort of advanced playmaker role because he's pretty good. He's been on my radar for a while. He's worth £75,000. Well, I bought him for £75,000. He's worth a lot more. He's just not been playing at Norwich. I almost bought him last season for like £600,000, and I decided against it because I didn't feel like I needed him. I've brought him in because I do feel like I'm about to lose. I forgot his name. Ashley Lloyd. I feel like Ashley Lloyd's time at the club is on. Well, his time at the club is coming to an end. But anyway, that's all that's happened. So anyway, without further ado, let's get into the Norwich game because I want to get through this. What? I've QPR snuck in. Right. Very key highlights against Norwich and QPR, and then we're going to do deadline day because I'm here for deadline day. I've already picked the team. Despite the fact I've got a little bit of money, I'm not desperate to bring anyone in this deadline day. I'm only going to be looking at young players that I can sort of bring in as championship wonder kids, as I've coined that phrase. You know, not official wonder kids, but players that are going to improve. Santos being a prime example. Players of that ilk. Or if they're a bit cheaper. I'm not looking really to strengthen the team because I don't need to because of where we are in the league. I'd rather save the money unless the right player comes along. Here comes Cassidy. Looped up, and Ormerod takes it comfortably. Well, Davies loses out in the middle there. Armstrong. Oh, Magnus Norman, fantastic. There are positions I need to strengthen, especially in the summer. I do need new fullbacks. Joe Wormleighton has been fantastic. Sammy Robinson's not been great. Harrison Boys has been good at left back, but I could really do with another right and left back, really. Centre backs, I think I'm okay. Central midfield, I'm okay. Up front, I'm also okay, but I will be strengthening every position. And of course, half of the places that I am okay, I wouldn't be okay in the Premier League. So it's going to be a 2 or 3 season sort of job. And players like Ashley Lloyd, despite the fact that I think they could be fantastic, they've got to go. Pedder. Ooh, Ashley Lloyd's got to go because I need the money. I feel like I can buy players. I could probably buy 2 or 3 young players for the money I'd get for Ashley Lloyd and keep the club afloat. And then those 2 or 3 or 4 players, buy them for about 6-7 million between all of them. They could be worth 30-40 million. It's that process. We're in that zone, gang, and we've now got a little bit of money that we can actually do it. Leighton Stewart. Oh. So I'm excited. That's why I'd love to do the deadline day because you do get offers from agents and you do find players that pop up on your radar that you might have missed when you've been trawling the youth teams and youth national teams. Wormleighton, who has been good. He's been injured recently, so Yeah, Richard Charles has come back off loan, so I've decided to keep him because he can play all across the back four. Versatile. Leighton Stewart, pull it back. Davies! Alan Davies with his 7th of the season, and the fans are eating their words, saying they're unsure why he was signed. Sorry, I was distracted by his dancing. Connolly with a throw. Awful throw. Gives it away. We concede now. Connolly's coming off. We're making 5 changes. Despite the fact we were winning, I'm making 5 changes. Here comes Cassidy. Straight from kickoff. Gone out for a corner. Here come the 5 changes then. Robinson. Oh, Matos. Richards. Matos. Awful for Magnus Norman. I can't wait for that new goalkeeper to come because I'm going to start bleeding him into the team. Magnus. Torre. Yeah, there you go. 3-1. Away at Norwich. Look, losing 3-1 is not the worst. Not the worst result in the world, but conceding 2 goals that I felt were quite soft goalkeeper wise. I'm not going to tank the morale. And to be fair, the equaliser was giving away. Like, it was to go from 1-0 up to 2-1 down. It was 2 pretty bad mistakes. The board and the fans expect us to lose against QPR away. And then the quick game against QPR. I'm going to rattle through this. Hopefully, I'm going to be able to cut this down to a reasonable length because, of course, as I do say, I do want to do deadline day. Whether there'll be any business or not, who knows? Robinson now. What is it with our throwing routine? Gives it away again. They score now. Vieira, Neil, Jones. He give the ball away from a throw-in, and then he's giving away a penalty. I've brought him off. Sammy Robinson. Yes, proceed with the tactical changes. I've brought off the prick that gave away the penalty away and the ball. I'm livid at that. I'm now down in 10th. Been dismal in these 2 games, to be honest. Cannoneer. That's it. Oakley. 1-1. Come on. Oh. Bollocks. Leighton Stewart's playing awful. I think he's going to come off. I'm going to bring him off for Ryan Cassidy. Do you know what? That's the sub. And Alex Lowry's not played great. I'm going to bring him off for Rafferty Pedder. Worm Leighton. To Leighton. Stewart. Pull it across. Oakley. Oh, it's 2-2. Do I bring Leighton Stewart off now? Now he's got an assist. They do link up well, those 2. Can we hold on for a draw? That is... I'd take a draw now. I would take a draw. Magnus Norman to Fitzgerald. Worm Leighton. That's it. Just get rid of it if you can't do anything good with it. Cannoneer. What was that? Saw his name in the headlines for a hat-trick. Greedy bugger. We've gone. We've got a draw. I'll take it. Right. Will anything happen on deadline day? Look at this. Rumours. Leeds, 10 million for Ashley Lloyd. You put your hands in your pocket, Leeds. You're going to spend more than 10 million for him. And they're 20th in the league. Oh, they're right down at the bottom. They're coming down to the championship. We're down at 12 hours remaining already. Nothing of note yet. But here we go. Oof. Hello. 25 years old. Very good. Wants to leave. Wants a new contract. Deemed surplus to requirements. Does he want to come? Would likely gain a work permit. We compare him. Jack Kingdom's much quicker. He's not the quickest, is Ignacio Canteros, but he's very good. He'd be a very good defensive midfielder or box to box, really, wouldn't he? We've got £700,000 in the transfer funds. We could afford him. We could afford Ignacio Canteros. We might yet go for him. He is 25, though. I don't know if I want to buy someone who's 25 years old, but he's fantastic. So, like this player here, Diego Espinoza. Listed for £135,000. His wages are off the charts. Wants £23,500 to £30,000 a week. There's no way I can afford that. So he's off the table. This guy. He wants between £36,500 and £47,000 a week. He's on a pretty penny as well. Availability 21 to 28. Like, we can't afford this. Matas Mazan from Leeds. Yeah, he's rubbish. Wenderson, 30. Don't want to look at someone who's 30. This guy, he's not going to improve much more, and he's 25. I don't like the look of him. I don't think he's that much better than who we've got, but he is consistent and enjoys big matches. Wages too high, though. Ignacio Canteros. Maybe play him at fullback. Maybe he could be left back, couldn't he? He could be my alternate left back and put Shadrach Ogie back in the middle. Looking at him, like I said, he is quite good going forward. He's got the crossing and stuff. His acceleration of 6 is just really what lets him down. 6'4". I think he's got enough about him that he's a good player. He's too slow. Just going to add him to the shortlist, just short term. So here we go. Sligo Rovers all of a sudden. Thomas Houlihan, Jordan O'Connor and Keith McGlone. Rubbish. 2-star current, 4 to 5-star potential. 2.5 to 4/5. 250 quid a week. He's worth between 100k and 1 million. I feel like this guy could be worth quite a lot. He's consistent. Handles himself in a professional manner. Can play attacking mid or defensive mid, not central mid though. What's the availability saying? We can afford him. I don't know if I need a player in this position. Like, his defending's not good enough really to be a defensive midfielder. He's probably going to be a... Oh, he's a ball winner. Good aggression, good bravery, good anticipation, agility. He's 18. Could this be one of the next signings where you buy him and he's then worth 3-4 million and you let him go? Pop him out on loan a couple of times. Maybe I don't even ever really need to play him. He's not a million miles away. If a couple of these improved, yeah, a lot of his 9s and 10s, if he improved a couple of attributes across the board, they have a hell of a lot of yellow. I'm going to offer them £175,000 and see what they say. You want a lot more. You want a lot more. They want 450. I'll tell you what then. I'll give you 300. And if they want to keep him on loan, that's fantastic. Wants to be a squad player. I will promise it him. I don't really need to worry about this contract, but what I do need to worry about is this. So I want to lock in 4 years. So I'm going to offer him 3,800. Maybe could have gone a bit cheaper, but I think that's fair price for him. Fair price. He's got a good personality, got good attributes in some areas. He's got good potential. I think we're getting him a bit of a steal, really. This guy could be contracts expiring. I am going to add him to the shortlist for 6 months. Maybe see if I can get him on a pre-contract agreement. Again, he's not very good, but he could be on a pre-contract agreement as well. Add him to the shortlist. We've got another one from Sligo Rovers. I mean, he's not good enough. He's nowhere near good enough. He's unambitious as well. I don't like his personality. Very consistent though. Oh, he's worth a bit too much for my liking. He doesn't want a lot wages though. He doesn't want a lot in terms of wages. He's just I don't think I can afford him. Tell you what I will do though. Pop him on the shortlist for a year. See how we're getting on. Bet you're glad I'm doing a transfer special and a deadline day special. This is this is my life in the summer, but I'm not looking at the recommendeds. Like, at least transfer deadline day, it's a little bit faster. It's trawling through in the summer. That's why it takes me so long to get the episodes out, gang. Still tempted by Ignacio. But 6 acceleration is not good enough for a centre-back or a wing-back. It's too slow. Doesn't matter how good the rest of his attributes are. 6 hours remaining. McGlone signs for Oldham. We've confirmed the deal. I'm going to keep him at the club. I think I am. And I think I'm going to try and play him in the defensive midfield role and see how he gets on between now and the end of the season. Maybe at the end of the season we ship him out on loan to get some first-team experience. But for now, defensive midfielder, ball-winning midfielder on defend. Because we do like to play Kelly here. Daniel Kelly. We compare them. He's a bit quicker, and they're very similar players, slightly better defensively, and better. He's better all round, really, is Daniel Kelly. But Daniel Kelly is 24 years old. Keith McGlone is 18. Daniel Kelly he's got another star in his potential, but he's probably not going to get there. This is probably it for him. Whereas Keith, potentially Premier Division standard. I think we've done a good deal here. We didn't come in for a midfielder. We weren't looking for a midfielder, but I'm actually really happy at this. I will have cut a lot of the deliberation out of this. I've messed about. 46 minutes I've been recording so far. You'll know on the timestamp of the video where we are. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Have I made a good signing? He's not worth loads. He's not had that surge in value, but that's okay. That's okay. £300,000. I think we'll be revisiting Keith at some point when there's bids coming in and we might be selling him on. And I'd like to journey back to this episode and say it was a good signing. But if it was rubbish, we can always go back and say, yeah, it was rubbish. Alan Walsh at Crusaders, worth nothing. He's on a non-contract. Wanted by Hibernian. 3.5 to 4.5 star rating. He's currently rated at 2.5. He's who we got in defence. Jack Kingdon is still the litmus test, really. Oh God, this guy 9 and 8 for pace. What is it with these slow defenders? What would he want? Between £1,000 and £1,400 a week. I could lock him in for 4 years on very little money. 10% wage rise is nothing. It'd be what? He'd be on £2,000 by the end of that 4 years. I think we get him out on loan. That could be a good bit of business. That's not? No, that's not Gabigol, is it? Same name. Is it? Did he play for Inter Milan in real life? I don't know. Did he? That's not the Gabriel Barbosa, is it? No, that's him. That's him. Yeah, I was going to say he's got much better penalty. God, look at him. Yeah, 33. Did play for Inter in real life. God, he's been at Real Madrid on this save file. Should we try and sign Gabriel Barbosa for the thumbnail? I signed Gabriel. He's not bad, you know. Is he? Big target forward. He's not quick. Good, strong player. Good to lump it long to for the direct football that the fans want. He's consistent. He's got a balanced personality. He's not loving big matches. He's very one-footed. We don't need a striker. He would be taking a position away from someone who I'd rather keep their value high. Players like Soji and Cannonier are probably on the way out of the club, and I also want to be playing Santos a lot to increase his value, so I don't think he would add much for me, so we're not going to go for him. Right, this guy's coming to us. Walsh. I think we should do it, don't we? Not a massive amount. It's a very small wage. Potentially Sky Bet Championship standard. Ask him to welcome him to the club. Can I get him out on loan? I'd like him to be a regular starter. Don't care if you don't want to pay his wages. 2 hours remaining. Oh, there's some bids. There is bids. Regular starter. Right, so Solihull Moors, you can have him. Ross County, no chance. Not as a fringe player. Inverness, yes. Torquay, yes. Portsmouth, no. Cambridge, Vanarama National, yes. There we go then. Hopefully he goes out the door. We've got 2 hours remaining of the window. Alan Walsh is on his way to Inverness. No less. who's come from Northern Ireland down to England. He's barely even got settled, and he's pissed off up to Scotland. I do like that, though. We just brought this Alan Walsh in here as a centre-back. We've also got Chris Bennett as well, who's out on loan at Torquay, to be fair. Oh, could have had Bennett and Matey Boy both at Torquay, out on loan. We got him in for free from Manchester City at the end of last season. And yeah, he's worth a little bit. He could be kicking on now. Maybe next season. Not quite good enough yet. Chris Riley as well. Again, not very good, but could get better. And good potential up here. Not really down here, sadly. But all the players with good potential, I actually bring them up to the main squad. Ashley Lloyd is up here. Keith McGlone is up there. Alan Davis. Johan Roberts. Johan Roberts and Ashley Lloyd have come through the youth team. No one's come in for him. We've not made any big sales. We've made a couple of small signings that I think could come back to be very, very beneficial for us in the long run. That is the end of the transfer window. That is the end of deadline day. And that is the end of the episode. We will be back, gang, probably towards the end of the season. So yeah, take care. Like the video and all that. I'll see you soon.